Please pay attention. Let me talk about the problems first. Good afternoon, my dear 5th grade students from Ushtar Secondary School. Unit 5, Lesson 7, page 62. If I were you, I wouldn't worry. Look at the title, please, and pay attention. What is this title about? It is about giving advice by using the second conditional. As you remember from our previous lecture, I explained 5 ways of giving advice by using had better, should, imperative, why don't you, if I were you, I would. And this is the 5th way. I'm going to read a conversation between Layla and Suha by using the second conditional. Layla: I get spots quite often. What do you think I should do? Suha: if I were you, I'd wash my face 3 times a day. Layla: okay, I'll try that. Suha: and you should stop eating sugar and sweets. Layla: I am not sure about that. I tried it, but it didn't work. Now, match the problems to the advice. We have here problems مشاكل and here the advice النصائح. Then check your answers. The problems. Number 1, you want to lose weight. Number 2, you aren't sleeping well. 3, you want to put on weight. 4, you can't wake up in the mornings. 5, you want to get better marks in maths. 6, you have a bad cold. 7, you have a sore knee. 8, you want to get fitter. And these are the advice. A. Avoid coffee at a bedtime. Read a boring book in bed. B. Eat more meat and fish. Do weightlifting at the gym. C. Get extra lessons from the maths teacher or do extra homework. D. Go for a run every day or join a gym. E. Go to bed earlier or buy an alarm clock. F. Spend the day in bed or drink hot lemon and honey. G. Stop eating bread and cakes or take more exercise. And the last one, H. Stop riding your bike for a week or put ice on it. Let me talk about the problems first. Number 1, you want to lose weight. It is matched with G. Stop eating bread and cakes or take more exercise. Number 2, you aren't sleeping well. With A, it means if I were you, I would avoid coffee at bedtime or I would read a boring book in bed. Number 3, you want to put on weight. With B, eat more meat and fish or do weightlifting at the gym. 4, you can't wake up in the mornings. With E, go to bed earlier or buy an alarm clock. 5, you want to get better marks in maths. With C, if I were you, I would get extra lessons from the maths teacher or I would do extra homework. 6, you have a bad cold. With F, spend the day in bed or drink hot lemon and honey. 7, you have a sore knee. With H, if I were you, I would stop riding your bike for a week or I would put ice on it. And the last one, you want to get fitter. With D. Now, my dear students, let me talk about the second conditional. I'm going to explain if conditional, the second type. When we want to talk about imagined or unreal situations, مواقف خيالية أو غير حقيقية, we use the second conditional. What should we use? The second type, الحالة الثانية. Affirmative. If plus subject plus past simple plus complement, comma, subject, either it is the same subject or another one, plus would, could, or might. Here in the 5th grade we are going to use with plus infinitive or base and the plus complement. We put here comma. Why? In order to separate the first sentence with the second one, because we began our sentences by putting if. And as you know, the past simple tense is divided into 2 types, regular and irregular, just like finished, walked, and irregular verbs just like ate or wrote. Example, she, a gap here, be excited if her parents and if I ask you in this example to correct the 2 verbs, what should you do? What do we call this sentence? We call it the main clause. And the second one is the if clause. The main clause, as you see from the rule, it should begin by a subject and then with plus the base and the complement of the sentence. And I put here if in the middle. So it is instead of the comma. And then her parents are the subject. It is another one. And then I should correct the second verb by changing it into the past simple. The past simple of buy is bought. And then the complement of the sentence, her a sports car. So it becomes, she would be excited if her parents bought her a sports car. Now, the negative. If plus subject plus comma plus subject plus would, could or might between 2 brackets not plus base verb plus complement. How can you negate the base verb? By putting didn't in front of it. If plus subject plus wasn't or weren't. If you have the verb be, what is the past tense of be? Was or were. The negative form of was is wasn't and were weren't. A plus noun or a preposition or an adjective plus complement, comma, subject would, could or might, not, plus base verb plus complement. So if you have a base verb, you should negate it by using didn't. And if you have a noun or a preposition or an adjective, you should negate the verb be by using wasn't or weren't depending on the subjects. Example, if we, gap, not have fridges, comma, our food, another gap, go bad very quickly. How can you correct the 2 verbs? The first verb is not have, which is negative, and the second one is go, which is affirmative. Look at the sentence. If we, gap, not have fridges, comma, our food, another gap, go bad very quickly. So, the first blank should be filled with the negative form of have. The negative form of the base verb is didn't have. And the main clause, you should use with plus the base, with go. Question. The third form of the sentences are questions. We have 2 types of questions. Yes-no question and WH question. How can you form the yes-no question? With plus subject plus infinitive plus complement plus if plus subject plus past simple and the complement and the question mark. WH question. You should begin your question by putting the question word, just like how often, how many, what, where, etc., plus with plus subject plus base plus if plus subject plus past simple. Look at this example. What you do if you become a queen, second conditional. First of all, you should put your question in the main clause. Here, question word followed by the modal verb and the subject and the base. And here, if in the middle, another subject or the same one, and change this verb into the past simple and the complement. Unit 5, Lesson 8, page 63. I wish I could fly. Look at the title. It expresses wishes for the future. I wish, or if only, plus subject, plus could or would, plus infinitive. Complete what Halima says with the words below. Was, knew, didn't have. Why don't you come with us, Halima? I can't go with you. I really wish I could. I have to do my maths homework. If only I didn't have to do it. Now, let us fill these gaps with these words. Was, again, knew, or didn't have. I wish I, the answer to the maths problem. Knew. I wish I to study maths at school. Didn't have. If only I, good with numbers. Was. Present and future wishes. To make wishes for the present, use the form I wish or if only plus subject plus past simple plus complement. So in order to talk about wishes for the present, we must use past simple tense. Examples: I wish I trained. This is the past tense. Hard for the match. It means I don't train hard for the match. Number 2. If only he had a bigger house. It means he doesn't have a bigger house. Wishes for the future. In order to talk about wishes for the future, we should use the following form. I wish or if only plus subject plus would or could plus base or infinitive plus complement. Examples: I wish it would get cooler. It means it won't get cooler. Number 2, Ahmed wishes his brother would pass the exam. It means he will not pass the exam. So in order to talk about wishes for the future, we must use would or could. Regrets. Please pay attention. Regrets are very important because you are going to have it in the 6th grade, inshallah. The form I wish or if only plus subject plus past perfect plus complement. What do I mean by past perfect? Had plus PP, the third form of the verb, الماضي التام. Regrets mean wishes about the past. Examples: I wish Dana hadn't been so selfish. What does the sentence mean? It means that Dana was so selfish. Number 2, if only my team had won the match. It means my team didn't win the match.